These few days are the days of departure, no? Every day, few buses are leaving. Most of you might be leaving too very soon. So this evening was free evening, so I thought we can talk more about yoga, yogi life, and because it's not that we just have yoga, but we are yogis, no? And yogi is one who has yoga. They use one word which is meant for separation, and it is called viyog. Viyog means separation, and viyog also means sorrow. When there is separation, there is sorrow. You know, like when you meet, there is joy, happiness, we wish each other. And then when we say goodbye, then our eyes get a little bit moist and naturally, even Brahma Baba, I think you all must have heard that when children used to leave, he will go all the way at the back, from the back gate where the dining room is, and under the tree, he will wave with his handkerchief, but also we used to see him. Not tears, it's just, we never saw tears falling. But we all have, just imagine that 5,000 years, eternally we all had been together in some form or other. It's not we are meeting first time. Of course, this meeting together as Baba's children, as Brahmins, is a very unique, it's like unlimited family. But even when we are in golden age, it's really like a family. We use the word kingdom and we say king and queen and subjects, but actually our Baba and Mama are king and queen there, so they will be like parents, no? Because what kind of sanskars they had towards us, and our vision and relationship with them was of parents and children. So that relationship really continues in golden age also. So viyog means separation, and Baba uses third word which is called sayog. Sayog means you operate, it's yoga, sayog. That means even if you are cooperating, you have yoga. Cooperation also is considered as a yoga, sayog. So it is yog, then they say it is viyog, then Baba uses word sayog. Baba said some are sayogi souls, and we have to change them into sahaj yogi, easy yogis. So I thought that, when Baba comes, what thought he has is just to create new world and world of divinity, one family, oneness, harmony. And then also Baba says, when I come, I want to give you inheritance. So yoga, or to be yogi, is not only when I have connection with Baba, that's not only yoga, or when I am in remembrance of Baba. But actually, the aim, the purpose, or the attainment, first it should be that I have to inherit Baba's all qualities. So at present, the way I will define yoga for us, not in 7 days course for beginners, is either companionship with Baba, or just to stay near Baba, just to be with Baba. Because as much I stay with Baba, in that company, I inherit those qualities. Because all the qualities have to be inherited, just imagine. I can mention few important ones. First is Baba's most important quality, which only God has, And that is first quality, that he is knowledgeful. I mean, he has full knowledge. And that's the difference between souls and God, that we receive knowledge, but we forget, no? Even in Golden Age, Baba says you don't remember knowledge. Even there are sanskars, or the nature based on knowledge. That Baba is knowledgeful. So for yogi, the first important quality to have good yoga, or to have stability, which is main quality of yoga, that yogi never fluctuate. Yogi shouldn't fluctuate. That's what is understood, that even there are adverse, opposite circumstances, sanskars, but one who fluctuates, that means there is no yoga. So stability is one of the important quality of a yogi. And for that, the first most important quality, I think, from time to time we should churn on, is imbibing knowledge. Word imbibing is it's like my intellect accepts drama, I understand drama. But if I have imbibed, then drama will work as full stop. Otherwise, I can keep saying drama, but still thoughts can continue wasteful. I says drama. Then after 5 minutes, I again talk about that and says drama. Then after 5 minutes, again I bring out same issue and then I says drama. So it's no full stop, no? In other words, I was not able to merge, not in me, but seen in drama. One is to merge in me, one is to see that that scene is merged now. It was unfolding, then it got folded back, it got merged. It was very interesting thought. I was churning on that. Generally when we say, oh, we have to use power to merge. And I was thinking, okay, if there is a situation, scene, which you don't like, now when I merge in myself, someday that thought will come, no? So I saw today merging more, just watching drama, and it got merged. Scene got merged. Another scene will emerge now. Isn't it? So merging, I should see it as unfolding and then merge. But if I'm not seeing it's merging, or I'm not able to use full stop, that means I haven't been able to imbibe. I have understood, but not imbibed. Imbibing knowledge is almost equivalent to inculcation of virtues. Sometimes we do use the word imbibing virtues, but I will say inculcate virtues, but you imbibe knowledge. So Baba is giving knowledge. We listen to Murli. But as much, as I just gave example of drama, I am able to use full stop. When I say drama, it stopped. That means soul has imbibed knowledge now. Not only that, but what I experience, that even the concepts and understanding, as much we implement knowledge, they become more clear. Truth is revealed by Baba in form of knowledge, but our capacity to see that truth as it is grows with the time. Cycle repeats, I believe, it's truth. I accept, God is saying it. But what it means to the soul, now that really takes us years, no? So I have to see, as a yogi, as child of Baba, have I become that image of knowledge? Have I been able to imbibe knowledge? understanding, churning, implementation. These are at least 3 steps. My understanding becomes clear, deeper, subtle. And then I churn. And then I'm able to apply, use it. And that makes me that image of knowledge. That means now I have imbibed knowledge. So becoming image of knowledge is the first inheritance, or I will say the definition of yogi, the foundation for yoga, for that stability, is really first becoming that embodiment of knowledge. I was really deeply feeling that how Baba has come to give us all these, what he has in him. Just imagine God sharing his being, we call treasures, but... And second important quality of God is that he is ever pure. There is no other soul in the world who is ever pure. I cannot become ever pure, but I can become completely pure. I cannot become ever pure because soul has to get into this. I shouldn't use word drama or cycle, but that's really playing part. We use the nature, take body, leave body, birth, rebirth, whatever. But if I have to reach to maximum purity, total purity. Because one of the aim which Baba had been saying, become complete, right? Now becoming complete really now, one of the aspect is in purity, complete purity, in which we all know that the impurities, very gross impurities have gone from the soul. We have renounced those, we are far from that. But even if there are few impure sanskars, that's from really wasteful thoughts emerge. Let's say there is sanskar of fear, let's say, because of any reason, or insecurity. As soon as you will hear something, you will start feeling, a lot of thoughts will start coming. This might happen, that might happen, at least for a few minutes. And then you say, but why I'm thinking all this? And then you know there is a sanskar there. Now one is changing thoughts at that time, other is try to see that how I replace that sanskar. You must have also heard, and when dadis share, many of us from time to time have experience of that when we are in a very fearsome situations, even in that fearsome situation, sometimes we act so brave. And that comes really from that purity. Bravery is not just a quality. When Baba says Mahavir children, it's from your purity, because there is no other thought coming. This might happen, might not happen. Now when this thought comes, then there is fear, no? All these thoughts are connected with fear. So with Baba, in company of Baba, what a yogi soul has to do is to create that sanskar of total faith. Baba says, no, for children, everything is beneficial. For children, everything will be better and best. So total purity really at this time will not be like anger, this, but also just getting a little bit disturbed, aggravated, may not be aggravated, even irritation. That's from time to time this little bit dust comes on the surface and we can see it. in form of thoughts. That means there is purity, but still there is some alloy. So 1 month, take just in the morning Amrit Vela, only to experience total purity from Baba. I remember 1 month I took last year or whenever, just 1 hour. What is, God is ever pure. Let me be with Baba. Just to even feel, to experience that purity. Because soul has to have that inheritance of purity. And third important quality, very important quality, which we all need and Baba has, is peaceful. Peaceful could be a very simple experience and peaceful could be very difficult. But by nature, one should be now peaceful. If you practice being peaceful, let's say you are reacting to something and you have a lot of thoughts in your mind and you say, no, wait, let me be peaceful and think. And see the quality of thoughts. When you are disturbed, what quality of thoughts you have. When you are peaceful, what quality of thoughts are there naturally. Peace is very directly connected with our thinking. So peaceful is that you are calm, and then you can quickly remind yourself, no, I am peaceful, I have to think in peace, and let me experience how my power of discern work in peace. So what kind of thoughts come when I am peaceful? I don't know why these few days I had been thinking a lot on, even I know that few years ago one of my main experience or quality used to be peace, because I always believe that if you're working for peace, you have to be doing it in peace. Otherwise, forget it. Whatever service we're doing, we're creating world peace and we're not peaceful. I said it's illusion. That's what I always reminded myself, even in adverse situation, whether towards a person, towards a situation, I have to act, I have to think, I have to speak in peace. And it's such an important inheritance as a yogi, or as Baba's child I should have, is the quality of peace. And fourth important quality is, what's coming in your mind? Love. Even some of you might say, but love is first, but it won't be natural. Knowledge, purity and peace, from there when there is love, I'm looking at you as soul, and I have just pure vision towards you, very peaceful. There will be only one experience, that will be love. It will come naturally. Love is not something which you create. Love is the very deep feelings which emerge. For me, like I take these four, that if I have inherited these four, then happiness, bliss, contentment, all this is, they come naturally. You don't have to work separately on them. So why I say my mind should be with Baba, my intellect should be with Baba, so that I can inherit Baba's qualities. No, that's the aim. So that's why you have to sit very naturally, very relaxed. You don't have to, just kind of, because in yoga we use a lot of this thing of concentration. But I just give you example that sit and say, just create that inner peace, inner calmness. You will start feeling very light. You will start feeling going higher. And you get connected with Baba. You know, we have experience with souls. Sanskar get connected with sanskar. Sanskars get in conflict with sanskar. Right? Two weaknesses in conflict, two good qualities in relationship. That we experience whole day. Why with some souls, your quality, oh, I can get along very well with this soul because your quality. Conflict means two weaknesses, two weak sanskars are fighting. And two good qualities, they don't fight, they meet. So why I am with Baba? Why I have to think of Baba? But the easy way, really easy yoga is create this energy within you of peace, of love. Just image of purity, image of knowledge. You don't have to, Baba used to give, recently we haven't heard that when there is rust removed, then it's pulled by the magnet. More and more I remind myself that if I leave qualities, Baba can't stay near me. He will say, work on yourself, I will come back. See you later. That could be danger, no? Because maybe I need that time, Baba's company, and I'm not getting. So hold to these qualities, hold to these, to purity, to love, to peace, and then see how Baba is. Because there is natural pull. We have experience from that, is why there is pull. And that also, so simple, very simple is, while walking, talking, many times just check, am I really in peace? Am I working in peace? One is we say, am I in remembrance of Baba? But that remembrance will become natural if you start working on these qualities. Because when you have inheritance, then Father also. In that inheritance, there is natural kind of remembrance. And second, because Baba also wants within the soul that completeness of experiences and attainments of all the relationships. I have to be complete in that. Now, two good friends, Baba and myself as good friends, a traveler and guide, mother and child, a teacher and student. Because it's so important within the soul to have that experience and attainments. Experience really means experience of attainments of all relationship, because that's where soul will become, Baba uses word complete, but I was thinking contentment and complete are also kind of close words, because then you are very contented and you feel complete. Now for that also, it's not sometimes, like take one virtue and take one relationship. One is sitting and experiencing that, but other is during Brahmin life. I belong to Baba, no? So I'm going somewhere, I have something, I need guide. So it's not I sit in meditation and say, oh, you are guide now. Simple thoughts. Baba, I am on journey, you are my guide. But if there had been that experience, there had been that attainment, it takes 1 second. Otherwise you could keep repeating, but still you will find that you don't experience. That means relationships, one is what I am attaining, but what is needed in relationship is total honesty. That means from my heart, I belong to Baba. And even whatever relationships I have in Lokik here, like we all are students, in the sense we are studying, others are teachers, sometimes we are teachers, others are students, you will be able to play your part so beautifully with those experiences. That means at present in confluence age, what I'm experiencing from God in form of those relationships, I'm able to share that virtue, that essence which I have accumulated or created within me. So my friendship of confluence age will be similar to my friendship with God, with everyone. Because that's important at confluence age, because if soul is not complete with that experience, then in golden age to have such beautiful relationships won't be possible. To have total trust in parents, to have good friendship and whatever. So today I was really just thinking what Baba wants within us, what Baba wants us to fill within the soul. He's offering, and that's, I will say, all relationships. And then the third important is Baba's powers. Very interesting theme. I don't know how much detail anyone took it. I liked it very much once we were talking. And when is the time really God gives you power? One is feeling strong. You know, we say, oh, I was with Baba, I feel strong. But has God passed on power to you? One night, I think we were having meeting, and after that Dari Janki came, and she must have talked to some souls and she had come, so she was kind of, very seriously. I was sitting next to her, but one point which came up was that looking at my, that trust or honesty in relationship, God transfers His powers. It's all right to feel strong. I was thinking a lot about that later, that what it means, God transferring the power. And also she said, transferring the wisdom also. That this has to be, God has to, like some is things you could inherit, other is like as if He has to, some of the things He has to see how much to give. There's no restriction for qualities, no restriction. But when it comes to power, because as you all don't know much about, but they say that even the bad people sometimes, nobody is bad, but let's say they're involved in something very negative. And when they worship, they acquire a lot of power through worshipping. And then they use it towards destroying good people or not allowing good things to happen. But that is acquired power through their practices. But they get destroyed anyway. It's not they're going to win, because God will protect those who are good. It was very interesting recently. I don't know from where this thing of that someone was really doing intense tapasya and took a lot of power through that tapasya. Some do 24 hours of chanting, 10 days of chanting, 12 days of chanting. So it's a sacred name, no? Even if they keep saying God, 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 even if 24 hours or in whatever name they do it, that energy comes in them. But it's not God's power really, it's through their practice. You can think about it. So here I'm not talking of those powers like tolerance and power to merge, all that, but this is something which is very, it's comes personally to you. Now that is where, let's say, I have acquired a stability, honesty in relationship. Based on that, Baba says, this child, it's like he puts in you that power, some percentage. Now, what it will show that, let's say, sometimes, there is some situation and I go inside and say, I said, but still doesn't bother me, I'm happy. Then I say, how come? So it's not stability. I find it's like the reward which Baba has given based on my efforts, which I don't lose. It's 30% or 40%. Each one of us have acquired that God's power to certain percentage, and that never disappears. Of course, it's based on your efforts, but also it's like, so one is stability, other is God's power. I'm not sure how to describe it more, you can churn on it. But how I see it, that especially in critical times, like we heard that these two sisters somewhere near Bhuj in Gujarat, it was such, it was quite a jerk, right? 8 minutes, it's like you're rocking. So these two sisters hold each other's hand and they came out of house because house was really about to fall. And they couldn't walk, so they fell on the ground. And the building collapsed because it was apartment building. And bodies were falling on them, dead bodies, injured bodies, and they are under. And they say, we were also in bodiless stage. It's easy to hear, right? But they say they were walking out of the door, and as soon as they came out, they just fell. They couldn't take another step, and they just thought, let's just lie in Baba's remembrance or bodiless stage. And they say everything is falling on. Then later on, when things were clear, they were able to get up. But this sister, when she was telling me, I knew that she must have definitely in Brahmin life done something to win Baba's or get that power, and that power was working at that time. Not only stability of my mind. And I think each one of us must have acquired it. It's just a question of, now you have to, after listening to this, maybe you will start thinking, why such a big thing happened and didn't affect me? You might say, my good stage. But good stage plus Baba's power. Because that also he has to give, he is almighty, no? Only he comes once in the cycle, and he wants his children to be Master Almighty, not just by having tolerance, not just power to merge, but a power which helps you to have all powers. God's power which naturally works in all situations, you label it differently. These are labels, different powers are like different labels, but power is power, no? Like Baba gave in one of the Avyak Murlis that there is current. So when current is working, then how everything is working. So I think each one of us must have received that power as gift from Baba, as blessing from Baba, as protection from Baba. Because all of us, all Baba's children, every step we take to go back in that world needs courage. We have courage, and we need all courage. As soon as you start getting in the buses and cars, you know what's going to happen. At Abu Road, you don't know. Ahmedabad, and then you go to London or wherever. It's like you're going into completely different. It's so pure, everything here with Brahmin family, and now suddenly take off. It needs courage. Even we are ready. It's not we saying that we are not ready. But from where that courage is coming? It's not only your mental strength, it's from Baba. When you start feeling how much Baba is with you, because what he has to give you, he has to give you, then you won't struggle for yoga. You will just feel Baba with you. You won't say, I have to meditate. You will feel Baba with you. Every time I look at Brahmins, Baba's children, I always have so much appreciation and deep love, because I always said each one is brave one. Each one is very special. This time also Baba said in Murli, everyone is very special. No one is ordinary. Because he has chosen us, so we are very special. So how can Baba be not with us? But if I don't feel, I'm too busy, I take advice from here, there, everywhere, and then I go to Baba. Sometimes we miss him. Miss him in the sense he's there, but we don't look at that. That's the only little thing I find is difficult or problem with Brahmins, is that we don't see Baba with us that way. We always feel it's only when I remember him, I have to have yoga with him. But see that relationship which we have with Baba. Every step you're taking as a Brahmin, every good action you're doing of service can't be without Baba, no? Baba is the one who is Karan Karamanhar, no? And the fourth important thing after this, churn on this power. Tomorrow morning, Amrit Vela, you try to see if you are feeling it. I'm sure you will locate within yourself and say, yes, that part of me is really Baba's power in me. I could immediately relate, and I said, yeah, that's true, because otherwise, I don't know how we going on. It must be God's power, no? This will also give you self-trust. You don't need to struggle. You go to Baba. Baba is with you. Why you are struggling? For what? And fourth aspect is what kind of awareness we have when we are doing Baba's task. Because that's important thing. He has come, I want instruments, you all are instruments for the establishment. Baba has chosen us to be his instruments for establishment. Every step, everywhere you go for service. There was a time, I don't know, some of you must be still doing, I remember that when we leave home in center or wherever we are, to go to do any service, we used to go in Baba's room to say goodbye, we're going. Baba, some say, oh, now he will babysit the center. I said, no, he will go with us. You put a lock or put alarm system if it's needed. Don't let him babysit center. He can get a better job, no better role. And we want him to go. Some still do, some don't. Because now we are clever, we know, we put together material. But what about Baba? Karan Karavan Har. So combine it, no? Combine. That's called combined form. In task, I feel not taking Baba with you in task is trouble. You know, when I say trouble, is either ego will come, or even if you have success, you don't know. But take Baba with you and see the wonders. And first time I came to meet Baba was 1958. So I was leaving, and Baba was saying, daughter, bachi, wherever you will go, you just in soul consciousness go there, be with Baba. No one could ever say no to you for anything. And that was the time like we used to get permits to get food for here, milk powder, you know, because it was a small town, and after partition still we didn't have abundance, so there was rationing, like quotas for every person, and so little, 1 kilo of sugar per week, you know, or 2 kilo or few little flour. So I used to go to these ministries or everywhere and just get, and I don't, until now I shouldn't say it, means it's just with humility I want to say that it never happens that anyone can say no. Because I always remember, whose task is this? Many, many amazing things. Yes, yes, okay, yes, okay. And I think we all Brahmins want to experience that, isn't it? We don't want to experience, like, after that, of course, you know, you become like, I always say, we do it to get it done, you know, but that's more mundane kind of words. But it inside, how can anyone refuse to supply you, to help you, to cooperate you, if it's God's task? No one. So why sometimes we are not seeing wonders, we are not experiencing all, you know, God's magic? One thing is because we take responsibility. I'm going for service to give talk, and then you all remember those days, right? We take literature, then we keep everything, go to Baba's room, take drishti, then we used to leave. And now we say it's all right, you know, what's there, or... And I always remind myself, oh, I have left, I didn't go, I go back. No, let's at least a minute. I have some new mothers in knowledge now, so when we get in the car, so they put the key and they wait for a second and remember Baba, then they turn on. And I said, that's how we all used to do. But now we say, we sit in the car, let's go, we have to reach in time, let's go. It's like when Baba says you all become action conscious more than soul conscious. I always say, without Baba, Baba's task means difficulties and problems. With Baba, Baba's task, very easy. So when I reached train station, there was very senior brother, Baba sometimes mentions about him, brother Vishwakishore, not Vishwaratan Dada, but other one. So he came to see me off, because very few people used to come, and he said, I will come with you. So at train station, when train was leaving, he said, I want to share a blessing with you. I said, sure. He said, whenever there is a difficult situation or something which is impossible, you should feel very happy. So I said, what? The blessing which Baba gave. And now he's saying, he said, because that's where, because it's more than you can do, that Baba will do his work, no? He said, because when it's difficult, you will know that you can't do. So what you will do? Remember Baba? So he will do, no? And he wants to do more. You might have done little. I never forgot that. Until now, when there is a challenge, I just become so brave. I said, of course, nobody can, no way it's going to be done. Because I know that Baba will come, Baba will appear. These are experiences which are our strength, that automatically takes your love towards Baba. You don't have to say, oh, now I have to be loveful. You feel that love. So while doing service, while carrying on the task, if it's very easy, okay, we say, well, it was very good. But whenever, which always could happen, no? If it's difficult, if it's impossible, if there is problem, there's nothing to worry about, nothing to worry about. But, okay, Baba, now is your turn. I always say, my turn over, now is your turn. No, you are companion, so I did, now you do. Whenever it's something difficult, I just sit back and I say, now is your turn. It's your work. No, you do it. I will watch how you do. Because I can't do it. It's beyond my capacity. So I'm not going to get hopeless or I'm not going to feel bad. No, I don't want to do it in Brahmin life. I want to feel good. Constant grace on myself. But it's your turn. You do it. I will be with you. See how you do it. Next time I won't ask you. Next time I will do. I will see how you do. It's a very lovely relationship in service with God. It's God's service. There was a time he used to write on godly service, on envelopes and everything on godly service. So I am not only doing service, I am on godly service. So I have to go to my boss so many times. Say, Baba, not working. Where will I go? If I'm assisting my boss, I will go to my boss, no? I feel that this last part of Confluence Age is to again go back and see these wonders. And every Brahmin says, oh, my year was like, oh, wow, wonderful year. Don't just get focused on wasteful thoughts and I have to be this, I have to remove weaknesses. See God's magic, wonder on you and also on task. No? When you return, your heart will be so much full of love for Baba. There will be such natural remembrance. You will say, Baba, thank you. Baba, really, it was wonderful. Really, Baba, you can't stop praising him naturally. Not that you have to open a notebook and say, God, you are ocean of love, God, you are ocean of peace. And that's not from your heart. That's what you have learned as a lesson. At this time, praise for Baba should come from heart. Not just repetition through my intellect. But that's only possible if I create that. It's a reality that it's God's work. You think to establish peace in the world is our task? It's Baba's task, no? So I carry one who is ocean of peace and I remain peaceful and I see how it works. And sometimes try it. Go to the most difficult person in the world. That's what I used to do a lot, even now. When remember in Delhi there was one person who was very anti. And I said, how to meet him? Huh? Some or other, I went, and very short and but very arrogant, and some or other we became very good friends, like he didn't know much, but and then every time I will come and tell Baba, I met him there, he was very nice, because he was very against, but gradually like he started changing. Or there are some like famous people, you say, okay, today I want to go and see this one. You call, make appointment. Be in soul consciousness, take Baba with you and see how he receives. But all that sometimes we miss. We plan meetings, we plan this, we plan everything logistically and organized and well planned. But what sometimes misses, that's really something we all have to remind ourselves. Because these are reminders. Why we sit and talk is when we are returning, we take some reminders. So Baba has come to give me everything, and that's called being complete. Not I am making efforts to be complete. It's different. You all must be saying, oh, through my efforts I have to be complete. And I am thinking that whatever God wants to give me, I have to take it complete. Nothing should be left. No, He has come to give, no? He has come to make us complete, no? So I should take full. What it takes, what it requires to take, just take, no? This makes our life as yogi life. We not only yogis, means yoga, doing yoga, but our 24 hours. My virtues, my relationship, my power, my task comes from Baba, is with Baba. I'm learning from him. This is how Brahma Baba, day and night we used to say, when they were together, he will say, look what Baba did, look what Baba did. We use the word grace in bhakti, but grace also is dignity. A graceful person. It's a very graceful person, our personality. People should look and they will know that they have grace. So somebody came and said, how can you? I said, it's God's grace. It's not mine. He has given us that self-respect, that security, that feeling of belonging. We're not beggars anymore. Baba says, you have become prince. So that royalty in us as God's child. We are Baba's very royal children. Baba used to say in Delhi when I was there, many of us have big hoardings near airport. We say, Baba, it cost this. He said, did I ask you how much it cost? So I said, we can't argue. We say, from where money will come. He said, I ask you, to go and do service. So first thing we will say, from where money will come, no, in our thoughts. He said, did I ask you? Baba will fill his bandari, you do service. In the beginning it looks like elusive. You do service and bandari will get filled. If there was no Gyan Sarovar, just imagine. But it was needed, Gyan Sarovar was needed. Otherwise, for all of us to, Madhuban is very good, but there is no space for We need these rooms. Learning center is very necessary for us, otherwise can't meet as groups and everything. It was needed. Baba filled the Bhandari, no? Shantivan was needed. Bhandaris. But if you just have desire, oh, I want this, Baba will say, oh no, she won't do enough service. I have to serve, have that deep desire to serve. And Baba is responsible to fill his Bhandari. Someone just get touched, someone will come and offer, or you will go somewhere and that person will say, oh yeah, really, I wanted to do something. These are the experiences which increases natural love for Baba. Otherwise, still I have to keep struggling for this. And then I say, oh God, you put me in trouble, you know. This is not working, that's not working. At least for me, I can't live that life. I always say, if anything which is pulling my intellect, that's not, what's this life? No, your intellect is pulled toward money, towards this. What is missing in us? Many times I tell Daddy, I'm not taking this project because I don't want my intellect. Because you don't know tomorrow, this moment, soul leaves body and still getting concerned about something. But if you get a task, then you have to put your total faith and total trust and total honesty and see how it works. Because why should, until now, I have trouble here, difficulty here in relationship? No, we should be now free from everything. It should be such a pleasant pleasure in my Brahmin life, smooth, very smooth. By bringing Baba more in my life, because one of the points that Janki had been mentioning, one is using your own qualities, other is using God's qualities. When you're using your qualities, there will be little bit ego. Let me use God's qualities. But then I have to inherit God's qualities so that I can use them, no? So create that natural, loveful, beautiful relationship with Baba. Your heart will never be empty, which does get empty once in a while if there is any problem, any situation. But your heart will be full of love, full of enthusiasm, full of being positive, because that's what world will need. People will come, this is difficult, that's difficult. We will say, no, it's easy, it will be all right. No, that's what dadis say when we come. They want to hear, this is what people would want to hear. Someone comes say, this is so difficult, or it's a conflict. Say, no, be peaceful, have peace. But if I am affected, I say it's real. Just few words of ours. You heard about earthquake in Seattle, no? Somebody just called me and they said, it's not many loss of lives, but 25, 30 got injured, one died, but say few $1 billion loss. Now it has become like a regular thing, no earthquake, Gujarat earthquake, Seattle earthquake. And Baba says time will come, nobody will be able to reach anywhere for even relief, And you can imagine now everyone's attention will be drawn to Seattle more, no? Then after that somewhere else happened, they will say, let's go there. So I am just really, just to conclude, just was saying, okay, we have 2 sets of clothes, little bit of money, right? And we are ready to move out. What else one needs anyway, no? So we keep reducing our possessions and belongings and what we need. So nature also is giving direction. Go home, now is time to go home. But for us, we are ready anyway, no? So, from Madhuban this time, go with this fullness in your heart. Brahmin life is very easy, it's in God's hands, and it's really, really, sometimes when I think, really there is no, we say, Maya, where is Maya? Do you think ever there was? It's just what happens that we lose that, our practice is not enough, we forget Baba, and then of course everything started happening. And that's what Dari Janki, when she had been saying, because we get influenced by other people around us. In that influence we forget. A person comes, a good soul, is very good in doing something. Oh, we are so much after that soul, we forget Baba. So, this one is so good, so good. But also Baba sent that soul, no? To help us. Whom we should praise, that soul or Baba? Now it's a subtle influence there. Anyone who comes and help in service, we get influenced. We forget Baba. We think that soul is everything. These are subtle influences, because still temporary attainments, temporarily when things happen, we get very happy. But we should be always, our heart should be so big, and who is with us? Whose task are we doing? Whose instruments are we? He has come to give everything He has to us. That's why He has come. We have only to take. We have only to take, that's all. So what we do when we sit with Baba is just take. So today I thought that I am not yoga and meditation and no, sit with Baba to receive. Sit with Baba to experience joy. Sit with Baba, just imagine experiencing His qualities, His power. So that's like a natural yogi life, easy yogi life. Easy but very full, very full. You are so full inside. So this thought keep coming in my mind that all Brahmins, when we are returning from Madhuban, we make this year a very special year by this kind of special awareness. So that whenever we meet, we have such wonderful news to share. We won't be able to stop. Look at Baba's wonder, look at Baba's magic, look Baba, what Baba did, look what Baba did. Not what this one did, that one did, this IP did. Well, IPs also come because they want to receive from Baba, no? We're not going to get impressed with them. They also come to receive from Baba. And what we have to do, they look at us, how these souls do all this. So we also give, Baba said, give might to them and let them be the mics. But that's also not giving. They look at us, they feel strong, they feel supportive, they feel it's very good. So with this kind of feelings and love, determination of keeping Baba with me in all these four aspects, I think will make us not only natural yogis but constant too. Something which is natural can be constant. These feelings more they stay. You want to be in that, so that what's called constant also happens. So these were some of my feelings for travelers from Madhuban, and it's coming so much in my heart, and I myself, I'm just thinking, but that's what our year should be like. So now we will just think about these four. What I inherit from Baba as qualities, my relationships with Baba, God's power. And I am with God in His task. Not God with me in the task, but I am with God for His task. It's His task, not my task. And then you will have lot of wonderful and beautiful experience now and also for rest of the year until you come back to Madhuban. Om Shanti.